All right, there we go. We're live everywhere. What's up, everybody?
Hey, hey.
Welcome in. Little KayWay times Surfsup live. Amy was begging for this earlier. She begged me over and over again.
She better
And
be on. She actually tagged just a little bit ago and said, Store review? Store review? Yep.
here we are.
You know what I'm just
So,
looking at? I'm just realizing KayWay money, look at your sweatshirt, versus Surf's money.
uh, that,
And
that,
our
that.
personalities, too.
I got this last year, and I got it at the end of the season when it started to warm up, and I didn't have a chance to wear it. And I was like, pull Ralph Lauren with the football, and I was like, oh, I need to buy that. I actually got it on Mercari for like a really really good deal, and didn't get to wear it until today. It's the first time I wore it, so
And I bet
that's
that
good.
was that person's last sale on Mercari, too.
Look who it is.
What's up, Amy dude?
Amy brought us. Amy brought us together. The dynamic duo is back. Yeah. So you want to tell everybody what we're doing tonight? You're the one who texted me to get me out off the couch. So what are we doing?
Yeah, what's up, everybody? We're doing store reviews impromptu like we do. KayWay Surfs impromptu everything. We're not married to anybody or anything. So we thought we'd do a store review tonight, or a few of them. So
Yeah.
if you are wanting a store review, throw it in the how'd you do it last time? Just throw it in the chat and you
I think I
copied
had
it?
them. I think I had them DM me their stores.
Yeah.
Isn't that how we did it? Like you have to DM your store link, and that's the easiest way. So you have to go on your. Oh, we're gonna get a violation over here 100% before we even start. But you have to send me your eBay store link. DM it to me on Instagram, and as soon as I get it, we'll go through and we'll start. Picking and choosing which one we're gonna do. There's no guarantee we're gonna get to everybody because I'm sure that there's gonna be a lot of people coming on and asking for it. But we'll try to get quite a few of them done today.
Yeah, we
So
can. And what's up everyone in the chat? Sorry if we don't see everyone's comments. You guys know how it is.
yeah, it's gonna get a little crazy. We got both chats. So like literally, I can show that Ethan is on your side right now. I don't know why he's on your side and
What's
not
up,
on my
Ethan?
side, but Ethan's on your side, so we can see the whole chat. We'll also take questions too throughout this live. So feel free to ask questions. We'll kind of go back and forth if you guys have any questions about the store reviews and like why we pick and choose and certain things. We say certain things and other things, and just drop a question in the chat. That'll be the easiest way to do it. Do you guys hear an echo? Do you hear an echo over here? It's got to be on your end. If they hear an echo over there, it's got to be on your end.
Echo, is it just on TikTok? I only see people saying it on TikTok.
Yeah, it's on TikTok. But why would that be happening?
I don't know. If you're on TikTok, come on over to YouTube and Facebook
That makes
and
no sense.
eBay and Mercari and whatnot and all the things to get us violations. Do it all.
Yeah, we're
Come
just
on
gonna
over
leave
to
this on. So you guys got to deal with the echo. You got to come over to Facebook and YouTube if you don't want to hear an echo. We're just gonna annoy the crap out of you until you decide to come on over.
yeah, and you're not going to be able to see the stores. So
Yeah, I turned off my. It wouldn't be. Oh, maybe. Okay, hold on. I wonder if I turn on my Bluetooth and it hooks up to my AirPods, if that will fix it over here.
the
Okay,
two of us at once, menage a.
TikTok, is it lagging or is it echoing now or is it good? I bet you it's not echoing now because I got my AirPods turned on. Let's do this. Let's do
Bears
this. Okay.
versus Buckies.
What game was playing by the way? We were watching
Look at
The Grinch.
mom. Love you sharing together tonight. Oh, the bromance. What game, dude? It was the Eagles and the Eagles in Green Bay.
Hmm. Yeah, we were watching The Grinch.
We
Unfortunately.
can't get it. We both have YouTube TV.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, so stupid, man. They're giving you a $20 credit, but isn't it like I'm pretty sure we pay like over $100 a month to have it. So
Yeah.
what's a $20 credit? Like a
I
Monday
want to
night game is
watch
like one of the most important games of the week. Like what are they doing?
this game. What's up, Linda? Gladys? Amy? Who's first? Give us a store. Give us a store. There might be a echo over on TikTok, but or on TikTok. Come on over to YouTube and Facebook.
Yeah, hop on over. If you guys want your store reviewed, you could try to leave your store name in the chat. Every time people do that, though, and I try to look up the store on the computer, it's much harder to find the stores. If you want your store reviewed, DM me your store link, and I'll go through. I'll check all my requests really quick. Here we go. We got one. Throwback once theirs. And what I'll do is I'll copy and paste your store link into my browser, and it'll be much easier to find your store that way instead of like looking for specific names. But here we go. Okay, so let me get this set up. This is impromptu, by the way. If we mess up, it's it's not our fault. We're just doing this. This is the great thing about doing free store reviews is we don't have to be professional at all.
No, we're not getting paid to. Ooh, that's cozy.
Yes.
Let's first talk about a few things I know we both get during our lives. Having a store on eBay, as far as a storefront like we see here with the nice fireplace, I don't think that's a must-have. Like, obviously, if you get a store, you get to do this, and I recommend you setting up some sort of front, and then you can put it in categories. But eBay is a search engine, really. People are looking for a specific item, and hopefully it's the item you have. They're not going to go to your store and usually bundle a whole bunch of things together like they would on Poshmark or somewhere.
Right. Yep. I feel the same way. Like, I don't know, how many repeat customers do you get every month? Do you like keep track of that?
I don't, but I see them every once in a while, but not very often.
Yeah, not very often here either. Usually it's people like buying like Ralph Lauren shirts. I have the same people that come back over and over again buy Ralph Lauren shirts from me. But most of my sales are not repeat customers. They're just people finding it, just like you said, in search, looking for specific items and purchasing them. So let's go. I always like to look through a store, and this is how you look up stats on a person's store too. So you scroll all the way to the bottom and you hit see all, and then it's basically going to give you like eBay search, but this is this person's store, basically an eBay search. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at how many items are listed. So it looks like there's around, let's just say 400 items. I know it's a little bit less, but 400 items listed. And let's see how many sold. So they have around 40 items sold, which is about a 10% sell through. So you want to go back. Let's go back and look at what they got listed.
Yeah.
I'll just kind of slowly scroll through this.
What type of sell through do you like to see on an eBay store?
It's good. I think it all just really depends on what you're picking up. If you're picking up like new tag items, obviously you want the turnover to be a little bit faster. I mean, if you have a 20 to 30% sell through every 90 days and you're selling mostly pre-owned goods, you're getting stuff cheap like we are, I think that's pretty good. What do you say?
I'd say a little bit more than that if it's our category.
Yeah. So what are you looking like, 50%?
50. Yeah, minimum.
Yeah. I will say this too, like we have a higher sell through because we sell on multiple platforms. So like 20 to 30% on eBay, but I also sell on Poshmark, Mercari, and Depop, which offsets that to around 40 to 50%. So, but eBay is generally where you get most of your sales from. Just kind of scrolling through here and just letting everybody see kind of how they list their items, and then we'll go into a couple of these and see what we think about them. Do you see anything that stands out in particular? Like, what about this?
That's actually a good shirt, and that's not an awful picture. I mean, I still think it's a little bit priced up. I would say it's like $34, $37.99 or best offer. But I think that second photo is even a better photo. Oh, there's no measurements in the listing or in the photos. For me, measurements in the photos are important.
So you list these for $34.99?
I don't know. I don't. Maybe it's on point.
Yeah, I list these for like $24.99. If it's a basic Ralph Lauren rugby, even though it has a nice stripe on the front, it's like 20.
That stitched
bottom right there.
Yeah.
Like the rugby style.
Yeah, and like the rubber buttons.
I still list them lower just to get them to move. Like 42 for me, that's way too high on this piece. Maybe 34, but I think you're gonna sit on it for a little bit for 34. I will say the photos look really nice, but like you're saying, there's no measurements. Also, there's no back photo either. Photo of the back of the shirt, show that there's no stains on the back. Shipping is set pretty low, $5.24 for shipping. This person lives in New Mexico, so that's actually pretty low in shipping.
That's real low.
30-day returns, so 30-day returns is good, but I would say add some more photos on there because they actually take really good photos.
Yeah, the lighting's good. I can tell whatever lighting you have is actually good lighting. I don't know what the background is, but
let's switch back to their store view. Kind of scroll through here, see what we're thinking. I don't sell too many vintage T-shirts. I know you don't sell too many vintage T-shirts either, so I can't tell if these are appropriately priced. They do. Oh, look at this. What is this?
Just vintage.
Yeah, yeah. Um, if it's just vintage,
Okay,
this applies to a lot of stuff.
hold on. I think we got a newish bee here. Look at that feedback.
27. Yeah, they have a lot of items listed for only 27 feedback though.
Yeah. I think we can help you out actually quite a bit. So let's talk about that first piece, the vintage.
Okay, I'm trying to replace the screen for some reason. It didn't do it. There it goes right there. Okay. Here we go. So go ahead, take it away. Tell me what you think.
I love vintage is your first word. That's fine. Vintage, Polo Ralph Lauren, pleated chino shorts. There, right there. It says chino right there. And then you put the size, maybe the color, whatever keywords you want. But just vintage, obviously, better than that. And I think those look like they're made in the USA. Are those made in the USA on that blue tag?
I think so. I can't tell. Oh yeah, this tag right here. I can't see it on the tag.
If they are USA.
Yeah.
But you can make this. I mean, this should sell quick.
Where's their description? Oh, here it is, right here. I think what happened was they actually just forgot to copy and paste their title into the title is what they did. They just forgot to do it, and obviously that's gonna hurt this listing. It probably, I mean, it'll still pull up a search. So if you guys don't know, if somebody types in Polo Ralph Lauren chino shorts, because you have Polo Ralph Lauren down here and the brand and chino down here and even the size down here, it'll still pull this listing up, but most people won't click on it because it literally just says vintage. So even though you're in search, it won't get pulled up. Yeah, I think the photos are good. They're solid photos, but the fact you just have vintage in your title is really gonna hurt your visibility. The returns are great. Shipping is great. Everything else is good. But that title, let's see. Maybe that's just a one-off fluke and they don't do this every single time. So we'll go back to their store real quick. By the way, we're going to go through chat too. I see a lot of people in the chat right now. I can't see the chat when actually I could slide this over so I can see the chat. That would be smart. So I can see the chat as I'm kind of going through and looking at this stuff. What about this?
Hold on. Lauren Ralph Lauren, navy blue and striped tie. If that was a Brooks Brothers tie, or a Polo Ralph Lauren, maybe $29.99. But a Lauren Ralph Lauren tie, like that tie specifically, $15.99, $16.99.
Yeah, I think it's a little overpriced, especially plus shipping. You're almost at $40 for a pre-owned Lauren Ralph Lauren tie. And these, if you look up sell-through on them, they're really, really bad. So when I pick up ties, usually I know it's a long tail item. I'm trying to pay very, very little for it. And I don't mind if it sits in my store for a while. But something like this will literally sit in your store forever because not only is it an item that doesn't sell frequently, you have it way overpriced. So there's probably very, very similar ties on eBay, if not the same exact ties, listed way lower than this. So it's going to hurt your chance of actually getting a sale. I do like the photos though. Photos I think are solid. I think there's a little bit more of an artsier way to take this cover photo, maybe at like a little bit of a side angle so you can kind of get the whole tie. But I like this front photo so you can see the pattern and really good. I wonder if they're using an iPhone or an actual camera because you can really see all the details in the front of this tie.
Yeah. That little green in the background. I know I'm being nitpicky, but just little things that are easy. Just move that tie up down a little bit on whatever board you're using and cut that little green stripe out. That's just an extra eyesore.
Yeah, it seems like they pick up a bunch of polo, so this is an easy story to review because I'm basically picking out the certain polo pieces. This one would sell for a little bit more than the last one because it's a Polo Ralph Lauren tie, and it's got a really good pattern, but I still think it's overpriced by a little bit. I think 22 to 24 is probably what I would list that for. Yeah,
it's a better tie for sure.
Ooh, this is a nice one.
That is a very nice Brioni tie, and that might even be underpriced.
Yeah, that I would say is like right around 60 to 80 bucks is what you should. Again, a little bit of a long tail item, but that's a really, really nice Brioni tie. It's a good brand to look out for in ties.
Let me mention this for newer resellers. Brands like Neiman Marcus, Saks Fifth Avenue, Nordstrom's, the actual store brands, unless it's a really good fabric, I usually kind of stay away from those.
Yeah, I think people get caught up on the actual name brand. And like, for example, one I think is Christian Dior, right? Christian Dior, like even red, white, and blue prices up Christian Dior ties to the moon. They price them for like $80, and it's the name brand. Everybody thinks it's worth a bunch of money, but it's really not. Like this one
Like
right here.
like Neiman Marcus brand. You're going into Neiman Marcus, and most people are going in there and they're buying Brioni. They're buying those Zegna Brionis type of items. And then on the side, they'll be like, well, you could spend 80% less and get a Neiman Marcus one. So that's kind of what you have here.
Mm-hmm.
That someone got the cheaper version. So when I go thrifting, I usually stay away from Neiman Marcus, Bloomingdale's, Saks Fifth Avenue, any of those, unless they're good fabric, like a sweater that's silk, a sweater that's cashmere, something like that.
Their polo comes up first in search. See that?
Ooh,
That's yeah.
they must promote.
Let's see. I just want to look up how many are listed versus how many are sold. Or Neiman Marcus short sleeve polos. 12 lists or 12 sold, 65 listed. That's a what? 20. How much percent sell through is that? That's like 20%, like right around 20%. So you're going to sit on this for a while. And then if you go through the solds, you'll see you're going to really sit on yours for a while, because look at what these are selling for right at the top. You got a $20, a $9, a $19. So the one that we were just looking at was priced at $36.75, so almost $40. And this is obviously Brioni, so that's why that sold for $55.
Yep.
That's a Bobby Jones. That's a Brioni. That's a Brioni. If you just go Neiman Marcus, you're looking at $5.71. So most likely what this person did was they looked up sold comps, and they looked at one of these sold comps, and they're like, oh, Neiman Marcus polo, it's selling for $54.99. But really, it's because it's Brioni Neiman Marcus. It's a brand that's sold in Neiman Marcus, so that's why it's priced so high. Basic Neiman Marcus, $5.71 is what you're going to get for that. What would you do with that item? Would you? Oh, am I showing? I'm showing. Okay, good. I didn't know if I was showing that correctly.
You're following.
So what would you do with that item, like that Neiman Marcus polo? Would you keep it listed, or would you take it out of your store and donate it?
I'd probably price it down to $4.99 and keep it until like through next season, next spring and summer, and then donate it if not.
Yeah, price it super low. It's a mistake buy when you first start. Obviously, this person first just started. You're going to make a lot of mistake buys in the beginning. I did it. I'm sure Surfs did it. He probably still does it because he doesn't ever listen to anything. Yeah, so just take that piece. You already have it listed. Price it super low. Try to get it to sell as fast as you can, and then you can recycle that money, even though you're probably going to lose money on that sale because you probably paid $6 or $7 at the thrift store for it, thinking it was really good. Just recycle that, get a little bit of money back, and then go use that money to buy something a little bit better.
Yeah, plus get a little money back, and plus it's good to have you have a little bit of feedback, so it's good to get some more sales in. So if you have some of those pieces, go through your store. If you have some of those pieces that are mistake buys, mark them way down, get some sales flowing back through, some feedback flowing through, and eBay will probably reward you with the algorithm too.
Yeah, especially right now too, because you're going to probably sit on those till next summer. So we're like really at the end of where polos are going to sell. Like right now they're falling off, but at least you might be able to squeeze out a quick sale right before it starts getting really, really cold everywhere. Still here in Florida. I mean, it just got cold today, but it's supposed to be warmed up later on this week. So you might be able to squeeze out a quick sale if you price it low, get it out the door. All right. What about chat? Holy crap. I wasn't paying attention to chat that whole time. And I'm so far behind. Bunch of people sent the links on Insta. So if you want a store review, send it over my Instagram, KayWay Shop, and I'll go through and I'll just cherry pick random people to do store reviews of my two favorite guys.
Oh, thanks so much. Jeez. What was I going to say about the? So, yeah, I don't remember. I had something. Someone was going to say about.
This is why we don't do these this often, because Surfs always messes it up. Like right in the middle, we're trying to figure out what we're supposed to say, and Surfs messing us up.
Talk for 90% of the time. You're like kings, and then when I think of something, I can't spit it out because I don't want to interrupt you, and then I forget about it.
Oh, my bad. You can just tell me shut up. I mean, that's all you got to do is just say shut up.
I would not do that to your face.
Oh yeah, you would. You've told me a lot worse. Oh man, if you don't have Instagram, the easiest way is just send it on Instagram. So that's why I'm taking it through Instagram. Yeah, you should get Instagram. That'll be a lot easier. Because right now my Facebook DMs are absolutely flooded. There's no way I could go through Facebook and find your messages. Read some chat so I'll get the next one set up.
Let's see. Did you get your pallet today, KayWay?
No, so the pallet was actually.
Oh, there you are.
Whoops, I'm back. I got confirmation today that the pallet is actually going to be delayed, so it's not going to be here till tomorrow, and we won't be here tomorrow. So the person that's sending it on consignment had to call and then tell them, hey, don't deliver until Wednesday. So we're supposed to get it on Wednesday. So
Dang. I was about to have a snatcher come over there.
you're about to wait outside, just wait for it to be
my
delivered.
Snatcher.
Okay, I got another one.
Yeah, silk Dior tie for $9. I pass up on most silk Dior ties. Just depends on the pattern. I have found recently that, like the striped Ralph Lauren tie, yeah, it's striped, but right now Americana, like classic Brooks Brothers, Polo Ralph Lauren, the maroons, the reds, the greens type of ties are selling. I don't even think I have any left because they've been selling so well.
You pay $1.99 for your ties, right?
Yeah, $1.99. I don't think I have any left. I don't have any left of the ties that are selling right now in stripes.
It's crazy your Goodwills only charge $1.99 because here I think ties are $6.98 or $7.98 a piece, and they never replenish them because nobody ever buys them. So the rack is just always full of the same ties over and over again. Drop it in the chat. What do they price ties at your Goodwills in your area? Because $1.99, man, is so cheap, so cheap.
If you sell items, you print a label as ground, but you put in priority box. No, you cannot do that. You cannot do that. You have to put whatever it is in that specific box. Mostly, if it's a priority, you can put priority in a priority box as long as it's not a flat rate box or anything. You can put priority on this, but you cannot put ground on a priority. Tell them, KayWay, postal worker.
Yeah, you don't want to do that because your customer get a postage due, and then if they don't pay it, it'll come back to you, and you'll have like a double postage you got to pay on that one. I only use priority now for whatnot orders. That's it. I don't use priority for anything else. Unless I'm shipping like a jacket and I'm out of regular Ground Advantage boxes or a regular box, I can't find one, I'll throw it into a priority mail shoe box and I'll just eat that additional cost. But I hardly ever use them except for whatnot orders. Whatnot's the only current platform that, if you saw my packages out here this morning, that was all from whatnot orders. So yeah, get your boxes, use your eBay quarterly coupon. I think that's probably what you buy too, is I buy 10 by 8 by 6 boxes when I have my eBay quarterly coupon, and I use those throughout the season. If I run out, I buy my own boxes. Of course, if you sell on Poshmark, you can order the free supplies too.
Which, speaking of ordering, 17 minutes, I was on the phone tonight at 4:59, right before we talked actually, and 17 minutes, and I got a hold of somebody to order a whole bunch more Ground Advantage stuff.
Did you get the little bags? Like they keep saying the bags are sold out in my lives.
These bags?
Yeah.
I ordered everything, but a whole bunch of everything, but the paper bags. I don't like the paper bags.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to try that. You have to call at the end of the day is basically what he's saying, is call near the end and you should be able to get right through. You can also email too, but I don't know how frequently they get back to emails. I tried calling, it was like at like 2:00 in the afternoon on like a random Thursday, and I couldn't get through, so I just kind of stopped trying.
So there are five options if you guys are, I know we're doing store reviews real quick, 5 options. These are padded Ground Advantage. These are great. I would order these if I were you. These are what KayWay said they're out of. These are the poly mailers. These are really thick and awesome. These are great. Mm-hmm. These suck. I would not recommend.
Are those the Tyvek ones?
No, they're like paper. They're expensive. They're like the ones that they sell in the store, Yeah. But you rip them open right here. But these suck. You can fit like a pair of jeans in them. Don't get these. And then they have the large Ground Advantage boxes. They look like this. These are good. And then these are my favorite, the shoe boxes.
Yeah, that's what I want. I want some of those.
And they're just like the priority, except they're even better. They're thicker. So these are thicker than these. They're more sturdy. Like this right here.
Is there a limit? Is there a limit to the amount you can buy when you talk to the agent?
Okay. I mean, I know. I got like 200 of. This one. Like you can't press it down like you just saw me with the other.
See, that's what I would do is I'd order like 200 of those and then 200 of the large mailboxes, and then I'd switch my shipping on Whatnot from priority to priority back to Ground Advantage, so it'll actually save my customers a little bit, and I just use those boxes whenever I have somebody who orders 5 or 6 or 7 items and they go overweight, because you can probably take, just like, well, obviously you can take those two big large boxes and stick one on top of another. That's what I usually do when I get a big order on Whatnot, and then I just close up the top and close up the bottom and then seal the sides, and boom, big old box to ship out my stuff in. And they're free. I like free boxes.
Yep. All right, so you asked a question about ties. We have $2.99, $3.99 in Arizona, $2, $3.99. You're expensive in Florida. $7.99 for Logan, $1.40, $2, $2.
Yep. Okay. I can get them cheap here only at Red, White, and Blue, and that's usually when they go 75% off, because even Red, White, and Blue prices them at like $6 to $8 just for a basic like Ralph Lauren tie, and nobody picks them up, and then you can buy them 75% off for like $2, $1.50 to $2. But other than that, Goodwill is $8 for ties. The only ones you can buy are like Briones and Canales and stuff like that.
They're talking about, must have been from your shaving conversation this morning.
Yeah, somebody came on TikTok live and said, why don't you shave? You're not clean shaven like Surfs." I was like, I don't work a normal job. That's why I don't work a normal job, so I don't have to shave.
Probably dirty.
Oh man, what were we doing before this? We were about to do something. There was something that we were gonna cover, and I forget.
We're gonna talk about a store review. Let's get another one.
Let's go. I got one on the screen. This is from my boy, MB Finds in the chat. This is store. We'll go through and show.
Let's see how many items sold too. Let's look at some of the stats.
Okay, let me go through the bottom. Oh, is the stats at the top of the page? I think so.
At least right there.
1.8K items sold. 886 currently listed. They have a little store banner like you were saying. Baldy McBaldy.
It's pretty cute.
All right, there we go. And we'll see what the stats are listed as sold. So there is what's currently listed. So we have about, say, 850-ish items, right around 900, 850 to 900 listed. And then we'll go to sold. And we have 74 sold. 74 total sold. So that's, was that 10%? Yeah, less than 10% sold. Looks like they sell a little bit of everything. We got some hard goods in here, mostly clothing, but see right there, that's something up your alley right there. Antique Captain Scallops 1-gallon steel can.
Wow.
These right here, I don't know anything about this stuff. I know stuff about this. So what about this? I'm surprised it's actually sold.
St. John's Bay women's. Hey, good for you.
Yeah, $9.99. It's not something I would definitely pick up. I would definitely pass on that. It's got some Columbias in here sold. Brooches. Brooks Brothers tie, brand new. That's $29.99.
That's good. There's something going on here with the lighting.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not sure what's going on here with the lighting.
They're taking their photos in. They have 2 pieces of whiteboard. Oh, we're visibility restricted over here. 2 pieces of whiteboard. You can see it behind there. So a whiteboard here and a whiteboard here, and they got their light shining on it from what I can see. Let me go into this. Maybe we can see better on the photos.
Like, go up to some of the hard goods. It's like they're screen smoked or something.
What the heck? Why didn't it go into their actual listing? It's the original listing. Oh yeah. Definitely a lighting, but you can see they're using a whiteboard behind it. Maybe that's a wall. Maybe that's a wall. Got measurements in there. I can't tell. Hold on. Let me go back to their actual store. Dun-dun. I think this is the one, right? Yep. I have the other store open too. So you want to see some of the hard goods? Is what you're saying?
I don't know, but go back up. Go back up. That blazer right there, that's a great cover photo.
Mm-hmm.
So that looks great. I don't know, just some of those hard goods, they look like the lighting was off. It wasn't bright.
Here, let me, I'll go into this listing really quick. Yeah, good cover photo. That's kind of how I take my cover photo, with the little arm over the front. I don't do that with suits, though. I usually just hang suits. Kind of similar to this, but I hang them in the light box. I can see the lighting is a little distorted in a couple of their photos. You can kind of see. This is just a flat lay. It looks like this is on a folding table. That's where they're taking their photos. It's a folding table right there. Got all the measurements in there. I mean, this is a solid listing.
Yeah.
I definitely think lighting is an issue, like you were pointing out before.
But like go to the button lighting and go to the picture of the right there. If you just mess with your exposure on your phone, if you're taking it with your phone, if you mess with your exposure, that right there, that button will come out perfect. Mm-hmm. Exposure on your phone can be your best friend when you're taking photos.
Yeah. Let me go back to the store. We'll look at some of their stuff that I have listed.
Mm-hmm. Look at some of the stuff that hasn't sold.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go through here, and I'll let you first have first stab at this. I'll kind of just scroll through slowly.
I'll also mention something too. Like, I have a lot of photos from my old setup that are not good. So a lot of my new photos look much better than my old photos. So I'm going to also take that into consideration. But looking at this, I really go back up. I really like the way I like the way those suits and blazers are taken, those photos. Mm-hmm. As far as the photos go, not those two, but those could have been earlier ones. Mm-hmm. This new one, the orange and the blue. However you're doing it right there, I like that one.
Yep.
You're showing the buttons, you're showing the color.
I still think lighting could be obviously fixed a little bit on these, but the way they're laid out is nice. Just going through like a lot of this, like what would you say this right here? LL Bean women's 3X shirt. First, would you pick this up? And second, if you did, what would you price it at?
I wouldn't pick it up, but if I had it, I would probably say like $12.99, $11.99.
Yeah, so it's a bigger size, and I think that's why probably it was picked up. But to be honest, LL Bean women's pieces, these basic pieces, I think they retail for like $30 or $40. They're super, super low retail. And because of that, these don't have great resale value. But there is women's LL Bean pieces that do have good resale value, like the heavy knit sweaters, like the fisherman knit sweaters with the all over designs, ones with like, I can remember I sold one before with like, it was like a dog in a boot, like knit on the front. That one sold really well, but it was like 100% wool sweater. Those are pieces you would pick up. Something like this, it's usually always a pass, especially with $8.99 shipping.
Bulk buy, they said. MB, it's the MB store, right? MB?
Yep. Baldy McBaldy.
So, some of those photos were old. So that's why I brought that up, because I even have some of those. I can tell you have a new style, and I like your new style. Like that one that he's pointing to right now, I'm sure he's going to say that's actually priced really well. That's a good cover photo. And he's going to talk more about it. Go ahead.
Yep, I like Tommy Bahamas. Good cover photo. I like it. I like how you incorporated the sleeve in there too. Like the sleeve is like folded over on top of it, so you can show the pattern goes all the way through the shirt. This is obviously a good one. Size large, all over print. Obviously, this isn't an in-season item, so it's probably going to sit in your store for a little bit. But I actually sold quite a few. I think I sold 2 or 3 Hawaiian shirts this weekend. So they're still moving, but they're not going to move as frequently. These usually sell really quick, like April, May. These are super hot sellers. They'll sell basically as soon as you list them because everybody's going on vacation around that time of year. You got your measurement photos in here, so that's showing people what they measure. You show the tag photos. All your photos in this are really good. I think that one is the one that needs probably the most work. You're just hanging it up, but you can see like the border down here. You really want like a solid white background. And eBay has a pretty good tool, I think. I haven't used it yet, but I've heard from other people that their background removal tool is pretty decent. It'll remove the background for you. So if you just did it on this one, it would work. Or you can invest in something like Photo Room that will you can take out all the background noise out of these photos. $24.99, good priced. $8.99 shipping, fair shipping on this. I think this is priced accurately. Let me go down to the description.
Don't leave this page yet, though.
I'm not going to leave the page yet. Good description. Everything else good on here. And what's your returns? 30-day returns. Buyer pays return shipping. That's fine. You can do free returns or buyer pays. Doesn't really matter, but at least give them the option. But I like it. What do you got to say?
So the lady I presented with at eBay, she is super in the know with eBay and talks to all the gurus and the Google search and everything. She's big with titles. And what she would talk about with this title, again, I'm big with like the item will sell itself, but if you restructure this title a little bit, L is not a searchable thing. So having L in there, I know maybe like if you only got one extra thing. For me, I would take out with. With, you don't need with because no one's searching with. So I would take out with and the L and put large instead. Multicolor's not even needed really, but I would do a large instead of with an L. You guys, just in titles in general, you want things that people will be searching. Google search will pick up on. With AOP's fine. People look up AOP. Yeah, you highlight the number or whatever.
Yeah, I can tell this is an inventory number. You could put in your title, that's fine. I see other users doing it. But there's a custom SKU feature on eBay that you could literally take this and stick them in the custom SKU. And again, that opens up 5 more characters for you to add. Like you have floral all over print. Something some people put in is coconut buttons. I don't know if you'll have enough room to put coconut buttons in there, but there's some other word you can add as a keyword in there. If you take out the inventory number and just stick that into your custom SKU, because that's the only reason you're using it for is to find it, and you only need that on your custom SKU field. So
okay, MB said they don't use that stand anymore, which is good, which you talked about. And then question for you, with picture measurements, do you put them in your description?
So I don't put anything in my description. Nifty actually does. So yes, their measurement photos the measurements do get put in the description, and they do get put in the photos, both. That's just because when I list on Nifty, it automatically puts it in there for me. It's a good practice to put both in, but to be honest, as long as they're photoed or they're in the description, one or the other, you should be fine. Just having both is maybe a little overkill, but it gives me, if somebody tries to return an item and say there was no measurements, I can have, there's 2 ways to find measurements on my listing. So, but yeah, I don't do it. Nifty does it for me. All right, let's go back to their store real quick. Just do one more piece and then we'll take another person here.
Don't hit me with some of this women's stuff.
Yeah, like Character Club
though. Oh no. Sure. And I know MB probably got a lot of this in a bulk buy. I'm guessing because you said you got a bulk buy. A lot of this women's stuff that we wouldn't pick up. But even then, like honestly, I would probably not even take the time to list that stuff. Charter Club, I would just list whatever was decent in that bulk buy, and then donate the rest, or take it to a Plato's Closet, see if they'll buy any, and then donate the rest.
Yeah, bulk buys are tricky, especially if you don't know what you're going into. Somebody says, hey, I got my whole eBay store. I'm trying to liquidate it. I'll sell it to you all at one price. And that's usually how you get stuck with pieces like this, because that person couldn't sell them at all. They thought they were picking up good name brand pieces, and then when they went to list them and sell them, nothing was selling. And then you kind of get stuck with them. And you're forced to almost try to make your money back on that bulk buy or take your money quick. And then you price things up, and they just will sit in your store for literally ever. Tory Richard's a good brand. Tory Richard, this is priced appropriately. These polos are priced appropriately. Eddie Bauer, I think you might have got this on my Whatnot. This is priced a little bit high, I would say. This Eddie Bauer piece. Actually, I know you got this on my Whatnot. This is like a $40 to $50 piece, I would say. I think you paid $11 for it, so you're going to make money either way. But yeah, that's a little bit high on that piece. But stuff like this, this is not stuff I would pick up. I think you're the same way. I wouldn't
take the time to list it. It's just going to bring down your store. Honestly, it's just going to bring down your store.
Yeah, I think the key with these is to look up sell-through and just for yourself see that they're not selling, and that'll be a point where you're like, all right, let me pull all these and just donate them, because I think even if you did the method before, how we were saying to price these down to $4.99, you could try it and just liquidate a bunch of it. But if they don't sell in 3 months, I would just go through and pull them and donate them, because if you look up Ava and Grace, I'm sure if you look it up on eBay right now, there's such a low sell-through that it just doesn't make sense to even have it in your store, because it's literally just going to sit no matter what price you price it at. But okay, that's good. We probably hurt his feelings a little too much, Surfs. I'm gonna blame that on you.
He's not gonna buy anything else from your Whatnot. I don't blame him.
Oh, I think he said he got all that in a bulk buy from your Whatnot. That's exactly what he said in the chat.
Definitely not. Oh, it is women's clothes. Shit.
Yep, you just do women's clothes. Oh man. All right.
If you're on TikTok, you're gonna have to come over and to Facebook or YouTube, either on KayWay or on mine. We're on 4 different places right now. If you're on TikTok, you go to KayWay's Facebook or YouTube, my Facebook or YouTube, or you can rewatch it later, but we can't share the screen onto TikTok.
Yeah, I also have a restriction. I don't know if do you have a restriction on your side? Does it say
Not yet.
restriction at the top?
Maybe
Mine says
it's just coming
restriction.
through on yours.
Mine says restriction, yours doesn't. That just goes to show you that TikTok favors you, okay? It's just ridiculous.
We
I'm
all know
tired of it.
that. We all
I'm
know
tired
that.
of it.
All 36 people they brought us.
Oh yeah, yours is combined. So yeah, you probably do have a restriction because mine's restricted and you joined into mine, so that's
Yeah.
why you can't see it. All right. We got some more people asking for store reviews. DM me on Instagram your store link, your link to your store. So if you go to your store, your actual store, top right hand corner, there should be a share button. It should say copy link, and then send it via IG message, and I'll pick a random person and we'll do a little store review. Also, if you have questions, drop them in the chat too.
Yeah.
Let me go. I gotta open my IG again. I have to keep closing out because I don't want them to see the messages between us two. That would be real bad. Instant cancellation.
Don't let them. Don't let them.
Instant cancellation.
You want to buy this back off of me? Do you guys know what this is?
Told you, run it for $1. I'll buy it back off you. Especially like when your show's like at the very end and there's like no there's like 40, 50 people there. That's when you run it for $1 and I'll come in and swoop up and grab it.
Do you guys know what this is? Does everyone know what this is?
He wears it every night to bed.
It is cozy. The very first Kuji you ever got?
Yeah.
So I own you. The very first Kuji that he got, he sold. He doesn't. He'd probably sell his own kids. Actually, I probably know he would sell his own kids. Except for Joey.
Man. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
paper rock. Raymond and I were doing that the other night.
Oh man, they don't understand that. So we were at Disney. We were at the Rainforest Cafe, and his son and my son were playing rock paper scissors. But Joey plays rock paper scissors a little differently. He says rock paper scissors shoot, and he sticks out his middle finger. And we were just having a ball with it. We were laughing because he doesn't know what it means. So he's just like, anytime Joey points to anything, he just goes like, over there, because it's his longest finger, right? He's a smart kid. He's got to point with his longest finger. And when he plays rock, paper, scissors, shoot, he always does rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Just like that.
Being a teacher, I always thought kids learn things from home, so.
Yeah. Granny wants to know what Kuji is. She doesn't know what a Kuji is.
Kuji?
Yeah.
Kuji sweater. Like these all over crazy Kuji sweaters, but you're looking for the Kuji tag.
Yep.
So you're looking for the Kuji tag.
That one's a good one. It's 100% wool, and it's got the heavy knit stitch is what you want. Like almost like you can touch it. And it's like all different patterns and designs on it. Yeah, those are good money. I bought that. I think I paid $75 for that at Red, White, and Blue. And then Surfs bought it off me for what, $350?
Yeah,
something like that.
Crazy. Yeah,
he paid $350 for it. What a and then you're gonna I just know that you're gonna run it for $1 because you're gonna be like, I don't want this anymore, and I'm gonna come up and scoop up and take it for $100, and then I'm gonna have it, and then you're gonna want it eventually again. And I'll be like $450 now.
You always do me dirty every time. I'm tired of it. I really am.
Well, you get outsmarted. It's easy. It's super easy.
Kelly loves it when I say I own you. I know, Amy D. Hold on a second. Nifty question. With Poshmark removing the bulk share, does Nifty still share? This was a conversation we had tonight.
Oh, yeah.
With Poshmark removing the bulk share, does Nifty still like it was? Is it still like it was?
Yeah. So Chris actually had a comment on one of his posts. I saw the comment on his post, and I responded to that comment. That comment basically said that Poshmark doesn't care about sharing anymore. Like if you share your closet, they just don't care, and that's completely false. If you go to blog, actually I can open it up really quick. I think it's blog.poshmark.com. Yeah.
He has it on the floor. That's right.
So if you ever want to know about the new updates, it's blog.poshmark.com. They always put the new updates here. This is from Poshmark itself. So here's the FAQs about sharing and how it works now. Does sharing and following still matter? Yes, but their roles are different. Sharing counts as activity and refreshes your listing on the just shared, sort, and search. So if you go look right now, there's multiple different, categories of looking up items. There's just shared. What are all of them? Let me go on to them really quick. Let me just look up an item so I can actually read this. I don't ever go on Poshmark because I just have Nifty do everything for me. But let's just look up Kuji sweaters. And then right now, how do I search this on the feed?
Did he just say Kuji?
I said Coogie. Oh, I'm looking up people. That's why it's not coming up. Somebody else said Coogie the other day, and that's why I said it.
2 Coogi sweaters at a state fail for $250. God, people be looking on eBay. eBay prices, they've come down. I don't even know if I'd pay $250 for one.
Okay, hold on. I'm trying to figure this out on the computer because I never look on the computer. I know how to look on this on my phone, but not on my computer.
Poshmark doesn't want us to use bots. Someone said, while he's looking that up, I don't even know if you know, Wayne, but yes, last night I got my 5th suspension off of Poshmark, and it's not even suspension. People can still buy from you. You just can't list new items. So I replied to that email, and then I copy and pasted that reply, and I sent it to customer support. And when I woke up this morning, I had my account reinstated. So 5th time it's happened. 5th time I had it reinstated within like 12 hours. So the whole Poshmark, they might suspend you. They might, and you'll get it back in 12 hours. And you can still make sales while you're there. You just can't put new postings on. So I wouldn't worry about that at all.
So if you look at this page right here, I figured out it's on the right hand side. I was looking up here because on the phone it's up in your search up here, but over here it's on the right hand side. So now they have relevance is one of the sort by features. They have just shared. So every time you share, your item will get moved up to the top of search on just shared. Just in, so if you do delist and relist through Nifty on Poshmark, I don't currently do it just to keep my account in better standing. I don't want to get any violations like Surfs does because he always gets violations.
I did change it recently back to delist.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take that.
So yeah, I took mine off. So, but if you do just put something or just list something, that's going to be in just shared, price high to low. Obviously, you know how this works, likes and all that stuff. But now there's a relevant search. So basically, I'm assuming that Poshmark is using your titles, your description, kind of like eBay search, and they're more focused on that instead of people sharing, which makes more sense to me. If you create a better listing and you have more eyes on your listing, you should be pushed up in search anyway. And then you have just shared. So if you share, it'll also get pushed up to the top search on this. Now, Chris, we were talking back and forth. Me, him, and Surfs have a very naughty group chat that we're not allowed to share with anybody. But in that group chat, Chris actually shared one of his Patagonia jackets, and he did a little experiment. And it got pushed up and just shared, but it also got pushed up in relevance. Even though he just shared it, people are assuming that it's just going to just shared and it's not going to relevance when you share. He actually proved that it went to near the top of search. There were some promoted listings and then he was near the top after he shared his listing. So I would say it's still relevant. You should still be sharing your closet because you're still getting the boost in the just shared field no matter what. And then relevance is kind of like up in the air. You might get some of your listings to the top, you might not. But it's always good practice to share. Now, with the blog and what it says, if you read the blog, it says that if you share other people's listings, there's no longer impacts the visibility on the feed. So if I go through and I share Surf's listing, it's not going to help Surfs at all. It's not going to help him boost it in the feed. There's zero help to that. So should you go and share other people's listings? No, you're wasting your time at that point, unless you have a bot do it. But to be honest, there's no reason to even have that. And then follows help you stay connected, but doesn't impact shoppers' discovery of your listing. So following people back now also doesn't have any impact. I mean, if you follow somebody back and they just happen to look at your store because they saw that you followed them, maybe you'll get a sale that way, but it doesn't help your visibility in search. So again, if there's any changes, always just go to Poshmark, the blog, and see what it actually says instead of blindly listening to what people on the internet say. What have you got to say about that?
Mm-hmm. Yep, I agree. I don't know a lot about. I'm just like you. What you said about I just let Nifty do all the sharing and all that stuff. I'm still getting sales, so I'm not worried about it.
Either way, it helps you get more sales because you need a cross-listing service like Nifty to push your listings to other platforms. So Nifty still helps with that, but I'm still going to keep sharing like I am. I heard some other people saying in my lives over the last couple of days, like they've been having issues with selling on Poshmark. I've seen the same amount of sales, if not more sales, on Poshmark since the changes. So I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. I did see on that blog too. It said newly listed items, getting more listings up will help your boost in visibility too. So just keep listing and doing what you normally do. It's almost treating it. They're almost trying to changing it to like eBay style, which I kind of like. How do you feel about that?
Also, they're changing it. I heard for cancellations, you're going to get penalized more.
Yeah.
Like eBay.
Yeah, which you should. I mean, if you cancel too many listings, you should get penalized for for canceling. I know there's probably people that took advantage of the system and they just canceled because they didn't want to sell the item, and it kind of sucks for the customer, and you might not have that customer come back to the platform because people are just keep canceling their orders. So I get why they would do that.
Look at eBay for life. What's up eBay for life?
I agree.
Before that, switch to Nifty. And I saw someone else talk about, like, in a post, I think it was the same post, about how, we talk about Nifty or talk about whatever. Like, you talk about Shippo, everything we talk about is to save people money. Like, we don't take any money from anybody. In that group text today, I said, I'm glad I don't have a paid group or a Patreon, because I don't owe anybody anything, and people can't get mad at me for recommending. Everything we say has helped make people money. Like, from you, Shippo, it's helped saving people money, and Nifty making people money. So
I think as a background, people obviously are like, oh, well, you're getting a commission and all that stuff, and obviously we should, because we're built up this platform and we're bringing people over. But I could push beard oil if I wanted to, and have people buy beard oil if I wanted to. Not that they would probably buy it off of me, because my beard is not that good, but I could go and find products like that. Like, I was just hit up by Temu the other day, and I'm sure you were too. Like, they've been hitting up everybody and like, push some of our products for Temu. And I'm like, listen, if you don't have products that fit my brand, why would I push your product? Like, I'm not going to push, a hair care product. I'm losing my hair. Like, why would that make any sense to me? So yeah, obviously we get a commission for what we do, but we also try to partner with brands and things that are going to help you grow your business. Because if I promote a product and it doesn't help you, then you're never going to come back. You're never going to trust my word on it. But if you look at the product in like Shippo and you spend the $25 and you see you saved a little bit of money, and then you get $25 for free, you're like, hey, that's nice of KayWay to do. Like, I got $25 for free. That's cool. So that's why it serves the same way. We have the same kind of mindset when it comes to stuff like this. Like he was saying, when what we do here, this is free. We're giving out store reviews for free. People charge for these, but I don't have to be connected to somebody. Like, if I charge you for a store review, I almost feel like I have to almost keep on teaching you and making you better and better. I don't want to have to do that. I just want to come in when I feel like it and just give out the information for free. So it's less work for me in the long run, less work for you, right?
Yep. I love everyone in the chat too. Everyone's lots of kind comments.
Yeah. Just don't be too kind to him. Please don't be too kind to him. It makes my stomach hurt a little bit. Look at that smile. Like, come on. You just always smiling. You never not stop smiling. Stop. Just frown once. Just give us a good frown.
I smile, you smile.
Oh, man.
Yeah, get another store up here.
Hang on. Wayne, I think you were talking about being a content creator. This is a good one, too. It motivated me to apply for monetization. I got approved yesterday, made $1.07 in one day. There you go.
What platform?
How do you feel about people making content, Surfs? How do you feel about it?
I feel like you do whatever you need to do to make extra income. Whatever you want to do to make extra income. Most of us want to quit our job when you're a postal service. You had a side hustle of reselling stuff online. Okay. And then when you quit your job, you have a side hustle of doing other things like social media or affiliations or whatever. It's just make money. People can't be mad about that. So I'm all about it. It. What platform is that on, Maria?
I think she's talking about Facebook. I want to say it's probably Facebook, because I was talking a lot about Facebook the other day, obviously, that video that popped off. Yeah, I think so too. And a lot of people, it gets a bad rap. I think it's got a bad rap for a long time for resellers that make money off of content and off of affiliates and off of their platforms and not off of the platforms they actually sell on. And I think that's just from people that don't actually make content. If you just made content and you do what we do and you go to thrift stores and you show people what you find, and if you can make a little bit of money off of it, cool. You're just showing what you found anyway. You're already at the thrift store. You're already finding stuff. If you can get a viral video that makes you $1,800 and you're just showing a pair of boots that you find, why wouldn't you do that? So I think everybody should be making content like that. And I don't think it hurts anybody. I know a lot of people will be like, well, you're showing all your finds and thrift stores are starting to find out and prices are going up. Yes and no. It happens. It's going to happen. But your job is to be smarter than the thrift stores. So if you're smarter than the thrift stores, you're going to win every single time. And there's also other ways to source outside of thrifts. So work on that too. But yeah, I think everybody should make content. And I think it's a no-brainer at this point. All the platforms that monetize, there's so many of them now. So might as well.
And you can just make one thing and post it across multiple platforms. In fact, I was listening to a podcast today about Facebook and a guy who has like 10 or 15 different Facebook pages on different categories. Not saying that we should do that, and how much money he makes posting on all these different pages on Facebook. So if you have another love in life, start a Facebook page and do social media on that. And again, you don't have to show your face. Your video was proof. You didn't have to show your voice. You didn't have to talk. People probably liked it more because you didn't talk.
Yep.
I liked it more.
Shut up. Gosh, you're so annoying. All right, let's do another store. I'm tired of you talking. I got one already pulled up. Muse sent this in a little bit ago. We've been rambling for a little bit. That's okay. We can ramble for a little bit and talk back and forth. I will say this right off the bat. Gosh, these photos are good.
And I like look at the surf. Oh my god!
Oh gosh!
Oh
no.
my gosh! Muse, one of my favorite bands. Muse.
Wait, is that you right here? Look, is that you? Is that
that
you in the
is
photo?
me. That guy, he's got an 8-pack, right? I can't tell from this photo.
Oh, this is Shelby's store. Look, it's Shelby right there. That's definitely Shelby and you.
Gorgeous. Very nice. I like.
Very nice. How much? All right, let's.
I like the pictures.
I like the look. Chat. This store is going to be so easy to review because all we're going to do is smile and say positive things. I can already feel it. Look at the categories. Like, look how nice this looks. So nice. Obviously, you can see what they sell. They sell clothing. They sell men's, women's, shoes, and kids. Look at this. Look at this. I know you like that.
I know you like that. I know. Let's
go
over to that. Okay, so there's someone local to me that sells stuff just on Instagram. I know it's crazy to think about. And their photos were kind of like this. They were like cut to the side, and it's very artistic, and I liked it. This reminds me of it. I really like it. It's different. It catches your eye.
This is you guys on vacation. That's what Muse just said. That's you guys on vacation.
10-pack. I thought
I'm telling Shelby that you got a side piece that does eBay.
She would be fine with it as long as we're making money.
We're just kidding, chat. By the way, don't take us seriously. All right, let's go through. Like I to be honest, I think we'll just look.
Let's look at prices, I guess. Let's look at the stats. Let's look at the stats.
Yeah, 543 listed. And again, if you ever want to see, if you want to go into our stores and do the same thing, that's exactly how you do it. You scroll to the bottom, you hit see all. It's going to open it up like an eBay search. And then you'll scroll down here and you'll click on sold. And then you'll go through here and you'll see how many are sold. So pre-owned condition, this is, how many did we say were listed? Like right around 500 listed. And this is around 350 sold. So it's like 65, 70% sell through, somewhere around there.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
Really good. And I think the number one reason why they're selling this much is their photos. 100%. Like the people coming to their store are coming to their items because their photos set themselves apart from all of the rest of the competition. So let's just scroll through some of these solds, and I'll let you talk for a little bit, because if I keep talking, you're going to start complaining.
I like that. Look at that 30. That's a great price for that too. If they got 35 out of that, I mean, they did well.
Just look at how that pops. Like it's such. How do they must pin this to their.
I like that angle. I really like that. Guys, we don't talk about that angle right there. That little artistic view of that little shot. I like it. It's off center a little bit, but it works, especially when everything in their closet looks like that. It's beautiful. I bet
they pin this to the shirt, like right here. They just do a little pin action, and man, that is a beautiful photo.
Yeah, let's see what shipping $7. Great shipping. 30 days.
Hold on, I gotta do something on TikTok really quick. I'm gonna end TikTok really quick. TikTok, if you're watching over here, come on to Facebook and YouTube and watch over there. I'm gonna end it real quick. I'm already got a violation over there anyway, so who cares at this point, right? Okay. These photos are. If anybody's looking at this and you're wondering why your Faraday shirts aren't selling for $35 and you got yours listed for $24.99. The reason this one sold for $35 is because this buyer saw this photo and they have so much confidence that they're going to get a very, very nice shirt, and they don't mind paying up a little bit more for it. Look at the feedback too. 100% positive feedback. This is, I could talk about this store all day, how good it is. Let's go back.
Audra does her shirts like that. Well, yeah, let's keep seeing. And again, I'm going to mention this if people are just now joining. I know a lot of us, they have 11,000 items sold? Is that what it said? Or 11,000 feedback? What is that right there? 1K feedback.
Yeah.
1K feedback. 3,000 items sold. So I'm sure a lot of us have started pictures one way and then gotten better at them. Like that picture right there, those are beautiful. But I saw a
Oh,
couple that were like way back in the background that were
this is
probably older.
so smart. Look at how they take the photo of the
With the hit,
Lululemon. Oh man.
$50.
I should. Oh,
That's good.
that's because look at the photo. It shows like they did this on purpose to show the logo, but not only show the logo, but show that it has a zip at the bottom, which
Yeah.
I'm sure adds value to the listing right off the bat because the person buying this knows all the detail about this item before they even click into this. They know that it's a pair of longer legging pants. It has the head at the bottom, but it also has the zip, so they know it has the zip. So if somebody's looking specifically for that, they don't have to go into 1.5 million listings to find that specific model with the specific zip. They're just like, oh, there it is. I can buy this one right here. Pair of joggers with the zip. Boom, done. So good, so good.
Agree. Everything you can get in one picture. Yeah.
Look how nice that North Face is, man. That just freaking pops.
Yeah.
Ugh.
This is good. I like
Even the
it.
shoes, like look at the shoes, like such good photos. I love. I'm gonna go into these Crocs really quick. I love the way they take their lighting, and it looks natural, right? It looks like they have the light coming down from this angle. They put shadows in the background. They don't care because they know their photos look good the way they stage it, and they want it to look realistic. Like that's what it looks like. It looks like when the buyer gets this, they're going to get that pair in. They don't have any cut out of the background. They don't have any background removal tools or anything like that. Like this is the buyer is going to be confident in purchasing this item.
And I
So
know
so
this is
nice.
something small to talk about, but it's important. Every single one of these, go back up. Look how everything's in frame. Nothing's cut out. There's no like chop of the heel or everything is in frame.
Shows that there's like a little bit of wear on the sandals right there. You can see where the toesies were hanging out right there. But they price them accurately. They priced. Look at the bottoms. They obviously cleaned them as best as they could, and the buyer's going to be confident. They're like, hey, I'm buying a pre-owned pair of shoes. I know that this person's not trying to hide anything from me. They're showing me all the angles. Like such good. Like that photo right there is so good, so good. Oh, this is such a good store. Well, let's go a little bit longer. I like looking at this store.
You want to go longer?
1620 workwear. Have you ever heard of that brand?
I've never heard of it, but for $50, I want to see the tag.
Yeah, let's look at the tag. I've never heard of this brand either. So we're going to look at the tag.
Stafford corduroy? Ooh.
Knows their stuff. There it is right there. 1620 on the side right there. Anybody in chat ever heard of this brand?
Go. I want to see the inside tag.
Just a 1620.
Oh, well, it has the Cordura. That would have gotten me right away.
Made in USA too.
Yeah.
Oh, so nice. Super nice. Good title, obviously. Just hanging photo. I can't even critique it. It's just so nice that even their hanger looks nice. It obviously didn't sell for 50 though. They got a best offer accepted, so it didn't sell exactly for 50, even though the sold comp says 50. If you didn't know, eBay just updated that. So even if there's the best offer accepted, it still shows the full price sale, which I think they're doing it for people to increase prices. So if somebody sees it sold for 50, they go find another one, they buy it for full price, thinking they're going to deal even though this one was the best offer accepted. But yeah, everything about this listing, there's nothing we can really say. They have all the measurements down here. They have the description, looks good, no flaws, no stains. Have the keywords down here too. Such a good listing. Such a good store.
Let's go back and look at the items. The brand.
Like what they have listed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they have over 50% sell-through rate. So, like Arc'teryx.
These are low. I think these are low though, right? 35 for. Well, I guess it's off season. Maybe this is okay.
Yeah. But like, look at the brands, guys. Look at the brands. These are all brands that I'd be picking up. These are all good brands. They're everything in here is good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And again, we all make bad purchases, especially starting out, but they've been doing it a while, and they're making, and even like that Stafford corduroy. Stafford's not it was on one of their solds. Stafford's not even that one. Oak Hill, not the best brand, but it's a corduroy blazer. So they know Oak Hill's not the best, but it's corduroy, and it's a 3XL. It's a 3XLT. So it's corduroy and 3XLT, so they know it's a little bit of money on there.
So I actually heard Oak Hill has a really good sell through. Peak is actually the one who told me about Oak Hill Blazers. It's like kind of an undercover one to look for. So there's 15 listed of just the corduroy Blazers, and there's 12 sold. So it's nearly 100% sell through. Yeah, and a lot of people pass on these. I actually picked up one of these. I have it listed kind of high. I probably should drop the price because it's been listed for a little bit. But Oak Hill is actually, and you can see what these are selling for, like 50, 60 bucks. Obviously, I think theirs had the elbow patches, so those probably, increase the value a little bit.
3XLT.
Yeah, this one's a 4XLT, sold for 70 bucks. So Oak Hill is a little bit of a sneaky good brand if you didn't know. Oak Hill Blazers actually sell pretty well. So let me go back to their store. There we go. But look at that photo. I mean, somebody looking for an Oak Hill blazer around this time of year for Thanksgiving time, like that's a perfect Thanksgiving blazer right there. Perfect. And it just shows it's a good Thanksgiving blazer just off the photos. But yeah, this store is so good. Like, if you guys are looking for a store to get ideas for photos, you guys should seriously go to this store and just like look at how they take their photos. Look at how their lighting looks. I wonder if they read group text. What is he texting us about? I wonder, do you take your photos with a camera or do you take your photos with an iPhone?
iPhone.
So stupid, Chris. Did you read his message?
Yes.
That's why we can't share our group chats at all. This is ridiculous. But I wonder if they take it with an iPhone or with a camera.
No, but
They're so good. Like these photos are so good. Ooh, look at that. Polar bear action.
Calm down.
Ooh, what size is that? Size large. I don't wear long sleeves, otherwise I'd probably grab that. Super nice store. Super nice store. All right, we'll go back to the main
Eagles
screen.
10, Packers 0. Let's go. Does it
iPhone.
Huh?
She takes her photos with her iPhone.
All right, Muse. I like it, Muse.
So all of you that think that you need a big old camera to do it, I really thought that was taken from like a digital camera or something. She's taking it from her iPhone. That's pretty good.
Those are great. Yeah, that's a great store. Does it hurt anything to leave bad purchases in your store if you don't mind storing it? When I first started out, I was selling a lot of personal clothing. It's fine. I would just price it to sell. Like, you just don't want them. It doesn't make you any. Even if you're going to get $5 out of it, that's $5. If that sits in your store for 6 or 12 months, that $5 bill sitting there, think how many items you could have bought with that $5 and tripled it and tripled it and tripled it in that 6 months.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think you should slowly drop the price on those and get them to move out of your store. If you use Nifty, there's an easy way to do that. As soon as you do a delist and a relist, you can set it to delist and relist at like a 10% discount, so that automatically does it for you. Also, platforms like Mercari will do it for you if you have it set. But yeah, like old bad purchases, I mean, if you don't mind storing them, it's okay, but I would try to get those out. Obviously, if you're using those as your first initial push to start eBay and you're just trying to get more income and you're already established, you're already starting to roll and get some sales in, clear that stuff out so you can have more income to buy some better stuff, because now you're actually learning what sells and what doesn't.
Mm-hmm. The store was Muse Mint, right?
Yes.
Muse Mint.
Yeah, I can go back up to the top. Let me show you. I think if you just look up Muse Mint on eBay, just Muse Mint, such a good example of a really, really good store. Really good photos, man. Those photos. I think number one thing that sets stores apart, in my opinion, is the way you take your photos. Is the number one way to get more eyes on your listings. If you're just taking your photos like everybody else does, you don't set yourself out apart from the crowd. Just think of content when you're making content. If you're making content the same kind of content as everybody else, it's not interesting. It's just like kind of bland and boring, like everybody else's bland, boring content. What are the chances that your content's going to take off, right? That's the same way I think about it.
Someone asked, do you have any tips? We just did a quick impromptu, so we're probably not going to be on. But do you have any tips for new content creators?
What are your tips? You go first.
One tip that I will give, and I got it from you, but also Bearded Thrifter, being around him, because he's like a machine. Consistency. You have to keep posting. There's a lot of sweat equity in content creating, you have to put a ton of time in and consistent work before you see any results. Any results. So my thing would be consistency.
Yeah, that's what I preach to. And
Starting out.
you were talking about it. We were texting back and forth the other day too about like how people don't see the beginning. People don't see where you came from and how you started on social media. They only see when you start to get big, and they're like, oh, you got lucky. You got lucky. And you were talking about how, and I talk about it too, when I was on TikTok Live, and I went TikTok Live literally for a whole year, just on TikTok Live every single day, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I would go out my garage and list items, whether it was hot outside, whether it was cold outside. I was sweating. Had a hoodie on. It didn't matter. I was out there for like 2+ hours almost every single night, not making any money. My content wasn't popping off. I was just growing my social media crowd, just like we are right now, just talking to the chat, going back and forth. And it went from 5 people on my first day to, at one point in time in TikTok, I remember I had like 150 plus people in like every single one of my night lives. So, but that took a year of just grinding and a year of making no money. I didn't make any money on socials, and my plan from the beginning was never to make money from social media. I just wanted to do it because I like doing it. And yeah, I think you have to go into it like that too. You can't go into it thinking, oh, I got to make money, because then when you don't make money after a week, you're like, why am I doing this? But if you actually enjoy doing the content and enjoy what you do, enjoy teaching, I think the money will eventually come, because you're just going to keep going, because you're fueled not by the money, but you're fueled by actually enjoying what you're doing. It's just like playing football or playing basketball. You're not trying to make it to the NBA. You just like shooting the ball in the hoop. That's what it is. That's what it's all about.
And it's the cherry on top. I mean, the money it's nice. I mean, you'll tell we don't get a ton of money from social from the I don't. I don't think you do either. But yeah, it's you have to love it. And I think for thrifting and reselling is the same thing. Like the hunt, we all love hunting for things, and the money's great, right? And then same with social media. You have to do a topic that you like. If you don't enjoy doing reselling content after a week or a month, then I wouldn't be doing that content, because if you by the time it grows after a year, you're gonna be burnt out on that content. You gotta do something you enjoy.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll say I do make decent money from social media now, but I've been doing social media since 2021, and I'm just now getting to the point where things are clicking. People are reaching out to me. Depop reaches out to me and says, "Hey, make a video for us, and
Well, I'm just
we'll
talking
pay you
about
for
like
the video."
platforms.
Oh yeah.
Like YouTube, I think I make like
Oh, yeah.
$400 a month.
Yeah, and if you're thinking about getting into content creation, I know we're kind of going off on a tangent here, but
That
this
was
is
what
what these
someone
lives are
asked.
about. Yeah, this is what the lives are about. I think if you're looking at content and creation, all that stuff, you're gonna make more money from affiliates than you are actually the videos that you create. Sure, I had a Facebook video that popped off, but I haven't had a good Facebook payout in probably 3-4 months before that. So, and all my lives, when we're doing lives like this, chat, I think people think you got 140 people in here across both platforms right now. I think people think that we're making like 2,000, 3,000 bucks from YouTube and Facebook on these lives. We're literally making pennies. We do this for almost free. Like, they're not paying us crazy money. I wish I could go in and show you guys like exactly like what we make on this live. I probably could tomorrow if you come with my live. I'd probably show you, but we make nothing. Like, we do this for the fun of it. So that's why you don't see a lot of the big content creators doing lives, because it's literally monetarily, it makes no sense. You're not making any money doing this.
True story.
True story.
Yeah. Impromptu. Any other questions? We could do this for hours.
Oh yeah, answer questions are easy peasy. What's up, Teach? Hopefully mama's doing well. Teach,
Yeah.
appreciate you hopping in. What are your thoughts on negative feedback? We'll do some questions, Q&A right here for a little bit. So if you want to ask some questions in the chat, feel free to. It could be about anything. What are your thoughts on negative feedback on eBay as a seller? What do you think about it?
I don't think it affects you. I don't think it affects your store, but I don't like seeing the negative feedback on there. It bothers me, but at the same time, it doesn't bother me to the point where I'm like, from now on, I don't care that much. I try to get it removed. I try to whatever, and if it doesn't get removed, it's fine. I don't think it affects your store. Negative feedback.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about it. I think negative feedback is going to happen. Nowadays, I think it's like a law that just was passed that eBay's actually not allowed to remove negative feedback like they used to before, and that's why they implemented the new feedback after so many days. If somebody doesn't leave a feedback for you, it automatically leaves a feedback, so it'll help boost your store up, just in case you get some irate customers that come in and buy a couple things from you. But yeah, I mean, I walk in red, white, and blue and do a live thrift, and my feedback automatically is negative. Their prices are too high. I left them a negative feedback on live. I don't think it's going to hurt their business. I don't think they're going to go under the next day, and I think that's what a lot of sellers think is they just get too focused on that negative. Just keep doing what you're doing. If you're doing everything right, there's going to be a customer that comes by is just mad. They bought the item, it didn't fit, even though you put all the measurements in the listing, and they're just so irate that they just leave you a negative. It's going to happen. Don't let it ruin your day. That's how I feel.
And like you mentioned it, eBay is now doing positive feedback after 30 days automatic. So those negative feedbacks are going to be reduced. Or maybe if it was like 98.7 positive feedback, after a month or two, it might go to like 99.7. So just keep selling more. Focus on listing more things.
Oh, sorry, Teach.
Yeah, I saw
Praying
that.
for Mama. Praying for Mama, Teach. Sorry, Teach. Didn't mean to bring it up, Teach. I apologize. How you be able to sell clothing on Whatnot, especially if you're new at Whatnot. A lot of people don't know you do. You follow people who buy clothes. I kind of am understanding kind of what this person's selling. Maybe maybe you can rephrase it, but how are you able to sell clothes on Whatnot if you're new? Let's just do that. Like Surf said earlier, consistency. I think when it comes to Whatnot, a lot of people's first excuse is, I don't have a following, so I can't be successful on Whatnot. And I can point you to many sellers that don't have a following on other social media platforms that do really, really good on Whatnot and sell a ton of stuff and make full-time incomes on Whatnot without having a huge social media presence. But those people were highly consistent at what they're doing. Highly consistent. Just think of somebody like Out Here Flippin'. Out Here Flippin' had a small social media following, but they weren't massive, right? They didn't have a huge social media following to do what they're doing right now. But they're on almost every single night. They did this new thing with the pallet sales. Now other people are doing the pallet sales, but they're consistent. They're almost every single night doing what they're doing, and they're like one of the most successful sellers on Whatnot. So that proves ZK is another one. I always talk about ZK Styles. Didn't have a huge social media following. I think she's starting to gain one on Instagram a little bit now with her videos she puts out, but she is one of the top sellers, and she's not even selling like really like name brand stuff all the time. She's selling more style based clothing. That's why ZK Styles. She buys these brands that are just style based, and she's able to sell them for really good money. But she's consistent. She's on like, I think she's there 5 nights a week, scheduled times. People know when she's going to be there. Really, really good seller. Take notes from what other sellers are doing too, like how they run their shows.
That's my advice right there. Look at other shows that have a lot of people in it and that are successful. What is that person doing? They're putting on a show usually. There's not a lot of dead space between items. They'll show an item, they'll run it, they'll sell it. There's not 15 seconds before they're starting to talk about the next item. If you're not well paced, I think that could hurt you. People have a slow attention span.
Just think if you're at an auction house and the auctioneer is like running an item, and then he talks to his coworker for like 5 minutes about the next item, and they're trying to figure it out, and then they run the next item, and then after that they're talking again for 5. Like I've seen so many shows like that. Like, or they're like, hey, what do you guys want? What do you guys want me to run? Tell me what you want. And nobody answers. It's like, don't do that. Just run items. Just keep items going. Keep the flow of the show going. It's like lives. Like, what if me and Surfs were sitting here right now in front of all you people and we're just like, nobody would watch. Everybody would get bored.
I kind of like that one.
You're going to say something stupid. But yeah, you have to keep the flow of the show going. It's part of it.
Even if you have 50 items and you pull up this Vineyard Vines and you don't get any bids on it, put it right here to the side in 10 minutes, bring it back up. There's going to be new people in there. Show the Vineyard Vines again. Done sell, bring it back up in another 10 minutes.
It happened in our live just this last week, and we had 2 items that didn't sell. It doesn't happen very often, but what I did was I just took those items and said, oh, nobody wants this one? Okay, I put it back on the rack. I brought that item out about 60 items later, and it sold for more than $10. I think it sold for like $17, when the first time I ran it, it didn't even get a $10 bid. So it goes to show you there's a different audience in there 30 minutes later, so run that same item, and you might get a couple bids on it instead of no bids on it. This is a good question. You can go ahead and read it, and you can answer it first.
How many hours per day do you spend sourcing? Oh, man. More than you, I bet. My thrift stores, guys, I get like an average of 6 pieces per thrift store, but I can hit a lot per week. Um, 16 to 20 hours, maybe. Not that much. Probably 16.
Yeah, so I do a lot less because I have red, white, and blue, so it just makes it so much easier. I pay up a little bit more than Surfs does. Surfs, $4.99, $5.99, I think is what you're mostly paying for most of your stuff. Where I'm paying like $8-ish usually on a decent item. Some of the Ralph Lauren's I'll get for like $5, but I'll pay up for an $8 item because I'm able to fill my cart. I think you probably would do the same thing too. If you could just go to one store and fill your cart and pay a little bit more per piece, you'd probably do it too and just fill your cart and just have to go to one store. But yeah, I source Wednesdays and Sundays right now, and we might go out on a Friday. It just depends on if we have a Whatnot show we got to get ready for. But 2 days a week. Sunday I go to the store that's right next to me. It takes me like 15 minutes to go there. I source for like an hour and a half, come back home, and then on Wednesdays it's kind of like a day when we'll see how much stuff we got on Sunday. If we need a whole bunch more, I'll go out and source 2 or 3 stores, so we'll be out for like 4 or 5 hours that day. But that's all I source every week. Most of the stuff, as you guys know, comes in on consignment for Whatnot shows, so we don't have to go out and source that stuff. It shows up at our front door, so we don't have to spend that time. So for us, it's less. It just depends on your model and what you're doing.
It depends on your model. I mean, next week I'm going up to Chicago with Beard, and we're spending 2 full days thrifting. So hopefully that'll be enough to list for 2 weeks or a week.
Yeah. What's the benefits of having an eBay store? You can run sales. You can run promotions, discounts. If you're already up past a certain amount of listings, you're getting hit with insertion fees. If you buy a store, you mitigate those insertion fee costs with the cost of the store subscription. I think I covered most. I don't think. What else did I miss? Did I miss anything?
You get depending on your store size, you get a little coupon quarterly towards shipping supplies.
This is a good question. How can I come up with a name for my business? I'm struggling. Ooh, I love nicknames. I got tons of nicknames for surfs.
Cutie.
I can't say them on the camera, but I got tons of nicknames for them. So how did you come up with yours, surfs?
Well, before I did social media, it wasn't surfs. So I don't know. I just was. I honestly, what I did, I looked what meant a lot to me in life. I had my surf truck, all these different things, Surfsup, and then I looked at eBay. Is it open on eBay? The name. Is it open on YouTube? Is it open on Instagram? Is it open on Facebook? Is it open? Okay, if it's open in all these places and I like the name, I think that's a good name. You want to make sure that you can have that name across whatever you're doing. Like even surfsupfinds.com.
His other name was B Radical Finds. That's what it was. B Radical Finds. It just sounded so stupid, like a little kid made it up.
Not B Radical Finds.
So ours is simple, obviously. KayWay Shop. Well, my wife's name is Kayla. My name is Wayne. And yeah, KayWay Shop. I wasn't going to do thrift because I seen so many people. What are you doing? I seen so many people put like, Surfsup Finds. I didn't want to be a Surfsup Finds. I didn't want to be KayWay Thrift because I felt like that limited to me just to the thrift store. And I was like, all right, I got to think of the last portion of it. And I was like, shop. I think shop is good because no matter where I sell or what I do, if I go shopping, that fits it. If I have a shop storefront, I could call it KayWay Shop and sell out of it. Like, fits so many different things. So that's why I went with KayWay Shop. Also, I didn't see anybody else with shop at the end of their name. Like, I can't think of another creator that has shop at the end of their name. So not only does KayWay rhyme, but shop is easy to remember because I'm the only shop out there, right? So that's how I came up with mine. I think you just got to think a little bit about it. KayWay works because it's a rhyming word, so people just say, hey, KayWay, and that works too. So yeah, Katie, you gotta figure out. You just gotta play around with it for a little bit, and it's okay to try something and then it doesn't work, and then try something else. What?
Good. What do you gotta do? Play around with it for a little while. Is that what you said?
Just 140. There was 144 people in here, and 7 people just left. Good job.
Well, welcome in, and also you can change it again. So if you don't like it after like a month or something, you can rename it your eBay or whatever it is. You're
Yeah,
not
I think it
married
was
to it.
smart too for you to say, go to all the platforms and see if it's available because it could be available on Instagram but not available on Facebook and not available on, eBay, and then you're like, crap, that won't really work. So I know it's hard to think of something and get something to stick. To be honest, it's just gonna hit you when you're thinking of it. It's just gonna hit you. And you're gonna be like, all right, that's the name. That's the name I'm going for. I'm not even looking at text messages. I see them in the chat. KayWay rhymes with other stuff too. So stupid.
Uh,
Um, do you drive far to source? I drive my second store like on Wednesdays when I go. I drive like 40 minutes to get to those. I think you probably drive all together pretty far when you're going from store to store to store, right?
yeah. Our Goodwills are about 5 miles apart from each other, and there's about 17 of them that I could hit in a day that are all about 5 miles apart. So if that tells you anything, we have a lot of them close to each other.
Yeah, same with us. We have a whole bunch of thrifts like right in the same area, but I tend to only go to a couple that I know I can go to and pretty much haul out and get
Yeah,
anywhere from 20 to 50 items. I'm
yeah.
not going
So
to go to a Goodwill that I get like a couple items from unless it's like on the way home or something like that.
yeah, again, it's different for everybody, guys.
Look at you're encouraging the chat to be dirty too. It's like,
See,
come on.
our chat likes it. Our chat likes it.
This
Look,
is
hold
why we
on,
can't
Nick.
do this very often.
Nick wanted Nick's in here. He wanted to something about you're the Mercari guy, right?
Yeah, Nick said review my Mercari store or something like that. Hold on, let
Yeah,
me just
our
say.
Mercari account. It's his go-to platform.
How many items have you sold on Mercari in the last month?
I sold one. You did too, because I watched the
Sold
beginning
one.
of your live today. I sold one this month so far.
It's so bad, dude. They're trying so many things to try to revive that platform. It's just so dead. What if
Yep.
Mercari reached out to you and said, "Hey, Surfs, can you make a video for us promoting our platform?"
Like, what do you want me to what do you want me to say?
Oh man, that would
I
be funny.
couldn't. I couldn't.
Surfs would be like, "Go try Mercari. You might get a sale every 2 months.
Yeah,
You might get one every 2 months."
yeah.
Oh man. Tips for photos that just don't get the color for the clothes right in the picture. I think you talked a little bit about this earlier with the exposure, right?
Yeah, I like using the exposure on my phone today. I took a lot of photos of blazers and suits, and the exposure can make a big difference. So you can see I took a lot of blues, and if you just mess with the exposure on your phone, it can get that right color blue or that right black. You'll see it
Yeah.
right there on your phone.
If you use an iPhone, you hold your finger down and it'll create like a little square and it'll have a sun off to the side. And then once it has that square, then you can scroll up and down on the sun and it'll basically change the exposure. You can also change the settings within your iPhone to fix exposure too. But the easiest way is just hold your finger down, wait till a little square pops up, and then
And
scroll
it's
up and down.
once you start doing it, it's like second nature. It's quick.
Yeah, I have a bunch of people saying they sell stuff on Mercari. Holy cow,
Liars. Never seen anything
Mercari
like that in my life.
Mercari's so good for me. Shout out to you guys. I need to figure out like I think Mercari and Depop are like the same. You have to sell items at a certain price point to get them to sell. Like the people who do really good on Depop are people that go to the bins and buy stuff for $1 and sell it for like 10 to 15 on Depop. Whereas eBay is a platform where you can buy something for $1 to $5 and sell for 25 plus fairly easily, which I think is a big fault with Depop. Hopefully, I'm able to talk to Depop here pretty soon and have a little conversation with them about accepting offers and all that stuff because I think that's the biggest issue with Depop.
I'm not going to act like I know either one of those platforms other than my buddy. He sells vintage clothing on Depop, and that's his whole business. And he does drops. So he does drops a couple days or like a few days a week, and like it's like a community. People follow him. So $10, $11 per day on Mercari. That's a lie.
Do you write out the extra large in the title, or can you write XL? So do you write XL in the title, or do you write extra large in the title when you're
Usually I put
listing something?
XL. And I
Yeah,
know
same
earlier
thing.
I said no L. I don't put L. I try to put large, but I try to put XL.
Yeah, because I think most people, when they're searching for size extra large, are not going to do the due diligence, type out extra large, because most tags have XL on the tag. So that's what they're going to look for is size XL. So, yeah, look at him. He's just jealous because we're not texting him right now. That's all this is. We're just not texting him in our group chat, so he's got to be here
He should be
harassing us in the
celebrating
background.
his Dolphins win over the Bills, anyways. Speaking of
Yeah,
football,
Titans didn't win this week and we didn't lose, so it's a good week for the Titans.
best weekend you've had.
All right, I think we're good. We
Yeah.
answered a bunch of questions. We'll probably do this again. You'll see us again in like 16 months, right?
Yep. Come back. Turn on your notification bell, and you'll see it pop up.
All we need is Amy to come in our chats, both of our chats, and just harass us for like 3 hours in the morning, and then eventually we're like, all right, Amy, we'll give you a live. Like, so everybody thank Amy for this live because she's the one who got it together.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we'll do these. We'll try to do these more often. It was fun. We did 3 today. I kind of like the format of doing some, and then at the end taking some questions and just keeping the flow of the chat going. So
For sure. And if you're just now joining, go back and rewatch it. We reviewed 3 stores, all of them different. So yeah, you'll get some good information from that.
Yep, but don't watch it on his channel. Just come to my channel and like mine.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then because you guys got to stare, you can like cover his face because all he does is smile. He doesn't do anything else but smile. Like this guy never frowns.
I smile a lot. Look at us
You always is smiling.
It's so cute.
Yeah. All right, chat. I'll go ahead and close it out. Do you have anything coming up? Any Whatnot shows or anything you want to discuss? Or
no. But I know
videos.
You have some good pieces coming in. You've been texting me. Tell everybody your Whatnot shows are going to be. I don't even want to watch them. They're going to be so good.
We got some good stuff. I can't say yet because we haven't got the palette in. But if you guys check out my Instagram and Facebook stories, you'll see on Wednesday we got some good stuff coming in. Then North Face and Patagonia for sure are coming in. We got a lot of good North Face and Patagonia pieces. So it's about to get fun. This is the fun time of year where I really enjoy doing Whatnot shows. I've worked all year long to like set connections with certain people and like, tell them what we need and source and all that stuff. And now they're just going to be unloading that stuff on me. So don't even take that. I know what you're thinking in your head right now. Don't do it. All right, chat. I'm heading off now before he gets us banned in any way. I appreciate you guys hanging out. You sign us off too. Say bye to everyone.